Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis Media once again, and welcome back to another double feature movie review. First time I did this was with The Hustle and The Intruder. Now I'm doing this again because I saw two more movies. The first one I want to talk about is Booksmart. Now, Booksmart is directed by Olivia Wilde. This is her directorial debut. It is about two girls who are about to graduate from high school, and of course, there's a party going on, and they just want to seem cool enough because they don't feel like they've fit in that much. But this is one of those movies that you feel like, okay, this seems interesting. But there's just moments throughout the trailer. Like the trailer really interested me. Like I was like, I don't know where they're gonna go from here, but I mean, it's new. This is a new coming director, and sometimes that gives you hope, like what they're going to do in the future with their careers. Now, in terms of Booksmart, I loved this movie. This was an awesome time. I really did not know what to expect going into this, but I laughed throughout almost the entire movie. This was a hilariously well paced, hilarious, likable cast of characters movie, and there are actors in this that I really know nothing about. In fact, I don't think I know any of these actors, but they do a really fantastic job. This is different from your normal teen-ish comedy, but it's rated R, so there are some pretty raunchy stuff that happens. I mean, it's not like a flat-out raunch fest. It's just the comedy mostly comes from its really smart dialogue and its really fun use of humor and well told characters that honestly it is just it's really hard for me to spoil anything because there's so much I remembered after I was done watching the movie, because that's exactly what this movie is. It is memorable for the right reasons, okay? The direction to this movie, it is a very well paced and very well edited and a very well direction from Olivia Wilde. I cannot wait to see what she does next in this. The two main characters, Amy and Molly, they're best friends. Amy is a lesbian. You can totally tell by the trailer because she has a crush on this girl. So, yeah, Molly isn't, but, that's kind of a spoiler. But, because the funniest scenes, they don't spoil like every single thing that happens in the trailer. I mean, mostly I saw the Red Band trailer a few times, and then there's the Green Band trailer. The Red Band trailer does give away quite a bit of stuff, so if I were you, I would probably watch the Green Band trailer before going into this movie. That way, you won't really be missing much. But really, it did not bother me because they left so many hilarious things in this movie that it also has a good use of heart in it. Like the friendship between these two characters really worked. They had great chemistry, and the movie is called Booksmart, and that smart in the title, it exactly that's exactly the perfect word for this. It's a smart comedic film that keeps you entertained throughout the entire 1 hour and 30 something minutes of the runtime. And I wouldn't have mind if it went on longer. It's a film that knows exactly what it's trying to be. It knows how to be funny. It's easily my pick for best comedy of the year so far. And we've had some pretty good comedies this year, like Fighting with My Family, Long Shot. I could say it's really going to be hard for another comedy film to top off this one this weekend. And I can probably say it's one of my favorite films of the year so far. I'm going to give Booksmart a perfect score, 5 out of 5. I was probably going to give it a 4.5 out of 5, but honestly, I didn't really have any issues with this. So I cannot wait to see what Olivia Wilde does next. It is just a very charming film that I definitely feel like you should check out. So yeah, kids can go see Aladdin, but us adults, you're really gonna enjoy this one. Next movie I want to talk about, obviously, is Brightburn, the next big movie that was coming out. Now, this is kind of like a mixture between, Man of Steel meets The Omen a little bit. Now, I knew nothing about this. In fact, I don't think I remembered seeing a trailer for this in the theater. I saw a poster, but I knew basically nothing about, like, I didn't know exactly what this was going to be about, but now that I knew that, the character was supposed to have like superpowers. But anyways, it's basically like Man of Steel, except instead of using his powers, the guy that has powers is, for good, he uses them for evil. So Man of Steel fit were a horror movie. So okay, so this couple, they want to have a kid, but this kid, that comes from outer space, they adopt, and 12 years later, he realizes he has special powers, but people make fun of him. And once he finds out where he came from, he gets super pissed and basically goes on a murderous rampage. And that's basically it. And honestly, I was really surprised by this movie. I did not know much about it. I think this was supposed to be based off a comic or something, but let's just say this is a super villain origin story, which the movie has quite an intriguing concept that, for the most part, works. There are some issues I have with it, which I'll get into later, but I could say Elizabeth Banks was terrific in this movie, as well as the other guy. Completely forgot what his name was, but for the most part, they were really good. And the little boy that played Brandon, that's the kid's name in this, he also did a pretty solid job. This is basically like an action horror. It's mostly horror, so and that's something, like, it's a mixture of, this is something that would kind of build up to a franchise. Like, this would be kind of like a prequel to like another big superhero movie, because this is a movie about the origin story of a super villain, which we don't really know his entire name. It's not Brightburn, I can promise you that. Sure, he has laser eyes that are like fire and stuff, but no, that's actually the name of the town. So he doesn't really get a villain name or anything like that. So yeah, knowing nothing about the character or any of the comic or anything like that, I'm not 100% sure if it was based on a comic. From what I've heard, I think I saw a review saying it's based off a comic. So I know nothing about this whatsoever. All that I know is that I'm a fan of horror, and when I heard about what the concept of Brightburn was, I was like, okay, sure, I'll give it a watch. Here's the thing, though. I saw this the same day as Booksmart. So when I was at work, as soon as I got off work, I was going to see just Booksmart. But I got off a bit early, so I got to see two movies, Booksmart and Brightburn. So, which is why I was going to see Brightburn anyway, but, there are tons of other movies that are coming out next week that I really want to see as well. Rocket Man, Godzilla, Maw. Yeah, but in terms of issues, you know, it definitely feels a bit too short. And I know I complain about movies being long, but this one felt, a bit too short. Like, it didn't really explain too much. I mean, I understood where the entire, but for one thing, why? It's just one of those movies where I enjoy them, but for the most part, I feel like I do have some issues. Like, sometimes the gore, like, this is a pretty bloody movie. They don't look completely realistic. In fact, a lot of it is CG'd, and it doesn't look perfect. So, yeah, there's something to nitpick about. And the way it ends. Ugh, man. I would say it's kind of like the ending to another movie, but I don't think I should spoil it for you. But this is a movie where you can totally tell that it's definitely not going to be number one at the box office. I mean, come on, Aladdin came out as well. But for the most part, Brightburn, it's a fun movie. It's not a very well edited movie. Like, it's not. Also, it's not very well paced either. But, good performances, good bloody entertainment, even though most of the effects don't really look that good. The world, or no, not the world, the entire movie itself, it was a pretty fun time, and I enjoyed it for the most part. I really liked Elizabeth Banks' performance, and the other guy, I forgot what his name was, but they all did good, as well as the kids, so you know what, that completely saves the movie for me. Brightburn, I was going to give a 3.5 out of 5, but 4 out of 5, because the movie, it entertained me. And even though it is pretty short, it goes by pretty fast. So you know what? It's not a movie that's gonna take you forever, ever, just to you know what I mean. So it's about half as long as Endgame was. So there's that for you. And that's the thing, though. Endgame did not. I did not have to go to the bathroom. Um, when I saw Endgame, I did not have to go to the bathroom through any parts. I had to go to the bathroom 20 minutes until this movie was over, or 30 minutes, but I made it through. Thank you guys so much for watching. I had overall pretty good movie weekend, so yeah, I'm probably gonna get this video out tomorrow because I already got which basically it is tomorrow, but I mean I did Aladdin, so yeah. I'm basically making this video the same day as my Aladdin review, as you can tell, because Aladdin, timing was right here when I did my review for Aladdin, so there's that. But this video's gone way too long, so I could say I had a. So yeah, this was a better double feature movie review than last time. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Ward out.